Yeah, Malika, about an hour from now, the Pacers are going to take the floor for a team walkthrough where they're hoping to get more clarity on Halliburton and how he's responded to the treatment on that right calf over the past 24 hours. He's been adamant and reiterated the fact that he wants to play. He's going to do everything in his power to play, but they want to see how he is moving and how he is responding to that injury. It's why Rick Carlisle mentioned the fact they're going to have to need two separate game plans, one for Halliburton to play and one in case he doesn't. But a feature regardless is going to be they're going to have to find different guys to initiate the offense and really handle the ball. And that's where you're going to see TJ McConnell and Pascal Siakam really come as important players for this game. Pascal was really the guy who drove most of the second half offense, had the ball in his hands a lot more frequently, and TJ McConnell, Carlisle said he got a little bit tired near the end of that fourth quarter when he took him out for that rest period. Expect to see McConnell play some increased minutes today. Halliburton's health is a key for as far as needing different ball handlers, but you cannot sit back and do the same thing against this Oklahoma City Thunder defense. So they're going to have to play more random, have to have different ways to attack. And Pascal Siakam said this yesterday, Malika. It's been our strength all throughout this run. Halliburton is obviously really important to what they do, but it's been a collective unit. They've won 1 through 8, and they're going to have to do that again to try to force a Game 7.
Yeah, maybe even a little bit of Andrew Nembhard as playing point guard here. But we've said it all season long. This is how you've seen this Pacers team get to this point. They are a deep, deep team, and they take pride in their strength and numbers. On the other side of this, as we say howdy to Tim McMahon. Tim, we have been talking on all of our shows about the comparisons we see between J-Dub and Scottie Pippen. But you actually got to talk to the man himself. What did Scottie say about all of this?
Howdy, Malik. And look, it is an obvious comparison because it's a co-star complimenting one of the great talents of this generation. Also a sign that, you know what, this might be a team putting the finishing touches on the first step of a dynasty. But I asked Scottie Pippen what he thought of the comparison. He says Jalen Williams is a special player, definitely sees a lot of himself when he's watching Jalen Williams play. But he said, I don't want to cap him on the comparison to me. He can be even greater. And he pointed out, look, in this era of basketball with the offensive freedom, with the way that they're shooting the three ball, the pace, the space, Jalen Williams has an opportunity to have an even higher ceiling. Now, it's not just style of play, the ability to do it all. It's not just the situation playing alongside an MVP. Their backstories are extremely similar as well. No name coming out of high school, sudden growth spurt, a few years later, boom, they're these lottery prospects. Scottie Pippen got better and better and better. Boosted his scoring and assists his first 5 years in the league. Jalen Williams is on that same track. Scottie Pippen told me that's going to continue. You never forget being overlooked. As he said, his knife is always going to be sharp.
Yeah, and just to hear that from Scottie, I don't know that there's any higher compliment. Scottie saying that he could even reach a higher ceiling than he did. He certainly, if he's able to keep this up, it's certainly a conversation that we could be having. Jamal, Tim, thank you so very much for your insight. We'll see you a little bit later as we march towards tip-off of this game. But the thing about this Thunder team, they don't mess around either, especially not in closeout games. Look, they've won 4 of 5 potential clinchers the last 2 seasons. The only loss to the Denver Nuggets, that was 2 rounds ago. As I turn to you, our Hall of Famer, Mr. Spears, how important is it that this is done for the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight? It's so easy to say, you know what, we got 2 chances at this.
What they say in Wizard of Oz, you don't want to play with fire, Scarecrow. Yeah. You know, and they don't want to play with fire. And they've done well in these closeout games, but this is new territory. This is a closeout game in the finals on the road. The last 2 rounds when they had closeout games, they were at home. But, you know, like you might say, well, Caruso, he played against UD in a closeout game in the finals. Miami was a home team, but it was at Disneyland. It was in the bubble.
Oh, yeah, we were there.
It doesn't have this crowd.
Yeah.
So, to me, he really hasn't played in that. So, I expect them to be mentally ready. I know SGA and the coach will have them ready. But what will it be like trying to close out in this environment? They did that against Memphis in Game 4, but it was –
yeah.
It wasn't this.
I'm a little bit obsessed with the psyche that it takes to guard against human nature and guard against saying, well, we're going to get it. We're 1 win away. We got 2 chances to do it. I think that is like that's a literal superhuman trait to be able to have that. I don't know if that's what you see as the biggest challenge for the Thunder tonight, UD, or if it's something else.
No, I don't see that as a challenge for the Thunder because this team's habits and they've set the tone from the jump. Winning the championship is the only thing. for me, it's them against them tonight. I understand we have to deal with Hallenberg, but they have to set the tone defensively. When they haven't won games, it's been their defense. The drop coverage where they got taken advantage of early, not guarding the SGA, watching J-Dub get 5 uncontested layups. Just their defense has been the slippage. So obviously, if they set the tone, if they set the tone defensively, then they'll be fine. I mean, sorry, watching Hallenberg and those guys operate against the drop. So if they set the tone defensively, which is their identity, they'll be fine.
I thought they've looked comfortable the last 2 games.
They did.
You know, they went back to their starting lineup they were using throughout the whole playoffs. J-Dub and SGA have found a nice rhythm together. If I was Indiana, my concern would be that there's a confidence growing. I would try anything I could do to knock them off. I'm not as worried about them playing in this environment as I am worried about how comfortable they look. This is a team that won 68 games in the regular season. When they're comfortable, they're a problem.
And if they're going to become that patented, if they're going to show that patented defense that we've grown accustomed to from this Oklahoma City team, it's Chet Holmgren that really has been the anchor of that defensive effort. And I think at 23 years old, it's really easy to forget everything that Chet has been through to get to this point. He and I spoke about that yesterday. Take a listen.
Defense by Holmgren. Holmgren down a lane, layup shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, back up and in.
Come on now, Chet. Show them what you got, 7-footer. Look out, man. What is on the horizon for that young man?
Chet, you're 1 win away from a championship. How do you process that?
Honestly, by trying to eliminate the distraction of it, you have to